This is a 12-pole stator that I've wound. As you can see, there's a different coil here. This coil and this one down here are the trigger coils, and they're wound with 300 turns each, so I have a 600 turn trigger, and the other 10 legs are wound with 100 turns each to give me a 1,000 turn power coil. The magnets in the stator were picked for their size and their strength and oriented to give me the best run that I could with the least amount of current. I'll just put it on here right now. Pretty typical. I'm running this right now with the circuit on my other motor, and have a little 12-volt battery here. Running at 12 volts, 12.6. But this is what you might find interesting. You can see it's running at 2.8 volts right now. There's 1.9 volts. And she's still running. So right now it's running at 1.9 volts. And using 20 milliamps. So, pretty slow, but it'll still charge the battery at that. That kind of makes me think that you could probably run one of these with a solar cell or some other really low voltage device. That's 2 volts and 20 milliamps running right now. Okay, here's where the fun begins though. You can see over here I'm running at only 3 volts. Motor's running pretty good. Take a look at the scope reading. The probe right now is set at 10x, and I'm getting a spike that's probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I have 250 up to 300 volts. Now, check this out. I'm going to turn the power supply off. No voltage on the power supply, no voltage on the motor, no high frequency or high voltage. Watch what happens when I spin the motor. I don't know if you can see it. I'm hoping you can see the spikes. They're at over 200 volts. Now, what I'm going to do is just run the motor up a little bit with a Dremel tool. I have this wheel here that'll spin it just a little bit. I doubt very much if I'm going 100 RPMs. I might be 100, I don't know. But look at the nice spikes. Okay, so now I hooked up this big old capacitor to the input of the Bedini circuit in place of the power supply. I've got my transistor hanging out here because sometimes I like to switch them, try something new, but for now it'll do. Okay, so now I'm going to run the motor up again with that capacitor in the circuit. Look at the spikes building up now on the screen. Once again, that motor isn't really turning very fast, probably a couple hundred RPMs. Nothing lighting up here. And it's actually charging the capacitor. I've tried this before and it'll discharge. I'm going to switch over now to a magnet so a little bit stronger. This is the actual ring magnet that comes in these motors. Now the odd part about this is this motor won't run with this magnet on it, but it is stronger than the little configuration that I have for running the motor under power. So I'm going to put that on. And this really starts getting some voltage going. If I run it, you can see the neon light lighting up. I'm probably destroying my transistor. Let me turn this drive down just a little bit. This is all the faster I'm going. I doubt if it's 100 RPMs. And you can see the neon bulb going. And here you can see the spikes are 250, near 300 volts. In this case now I put a little jumper across the input of the motor. This is where the power supply would normally be hooked up. I can't get any high voltage out of the machine unless there's something across this input. This is a little MOSFET, an IRF 610, and it gives me a little bit more high voltage. I modified a TO3 transistor to take a little bit of a plug-in device here, so I can plug in some transistors and try them out. But with this MOSFET, I get a lot of voltage. You run a little bit here. Look at those spikes are at about probably 325 volts, something like that. I don't know if I get my brightness all on, yeah. Neon bulb is going wacko. So there you have it. I'm not sure what's going on. It sure makes me have thoughts about what's going on with the circuitry. It would seem that I'm getting the same high voltage spikes with no input voltage applied to the Bedini circuit whatsoever. So what would this be good for? I don't know. This is easy to turn. It doesn't take too much RPM to get a good high voltage output. Maybe this would make a good wind generator or something, or some other low RPM device that would be used for generating electricity. I'm going to do some more experimenting, and I'll keep everybody updated. I hope that my friends over on the Yahoo group enjoy the videos, and I'll talk to you guys there. I'll see you. Okay, I almost forgot. Because it's me, you're going to expect some kind of a bulb trick, right? So let's give it a try. There you go. There is some high voltage here, so it may not be all that special, but it's there.